Hey y'all. So today is October the 26th, 2021, and it's about 5:20 in the evening. So I have my iPad right here in front of me because I want to talk about anxiety today, and I have some notes that I wrote down while I was thinking about it. So I was going to film a morning routine, but then I woke up too late to do it, and I was going to film a night routine, and then I realized I don't have one, though I probably should get one because I'd probably sleep better if I did that. And as I went through my day today, I kept feeling this pressure building and building and building in my chest and in my stomach. And I really didn't know why. And I'm a long time sufferer of anxiety and depression. I feel like a lot of people are, and it's really not talked about a lot. But I want to preface this and say that everyone's story and feelings are different. No one person is exactly the same, and this is my story and my feelings and my ways that I try to cope with my anxiety and depression. So back to this pressure that I was feeling today. I took a minute and took a few deep breaths, and I asked myself, what am I feeling anxious about right now? I opened up my phone and I made a list of everything that I was worried about in that moment. And then I looked at those things on that list and I asked myself, am I really anxious about my house being messy? Or am I worried about what people will think if they accidentally come in and see it? Am I worried about money in this moment? Or am I just having to acknowledge that things are about to change in my household? And those are just like a couple of the things that I worry about on the daily. I'm not going to tell you all of them because some of it's personal. Well, this is personal, but more personal. And something that I just have to really make myself realize is that some things are to worry about now and some things are to worry about for later. For example, if no one is coming to my house until Sunday and today is Tuesday, I do not need to clean my house and make it spotless, because no matter what, I'm not going to stop being worried until Sunday, because when I clean my house today and I make it spotless, there's going to be times throughout this week that I'm going to have to clean it again, and I'm going to have to do it all over again before Sunday, because guess what? We live here and things are not always going to be in their place, and there isn't always enough hours in the day to make sure that the house is spotless before we go to bed. Some days we need to get home from work and fall onto the couch and stay there until it's time to make our ramen noodle dinner, because we don't have enough will left in us to put the effort into making a real dinner. And that's okay. It's okay not to feel your best and to not have any will left in you to get up and go. Especially when you give your all to your job or your spouse or your kids or all of the above. It is okay to feel like there's not enough hours in the day and that you're overwhelmed, because 95% of us probably are. We all have these expectations of us, and it's all supposed to go in a certain order. We grow up and we go to high school and we get a job and we graduate with good grades. You're supposed to graduate with honors, and get into college and go to college and graduate from college and get a really good job and then meet the love of your life and then get married and buy a house and then have kids, and then you just do that. And that's just the way that things are supposed to go according to society. And sometimes I find myself where I'm like, okay, I'm still in school, but I'm married, but we have a house, but we're doing this, but we don't have kids yet. And sometimes I feel like we did things backwards, because Josh and I were not married when we bought our house. We obviously don't have kids. I was not finished with school. I mean, things happen and it's different for everyone. That summer job that we might have gotten, somebody else might have had to have that job to keep their house, to help their family pay their bills, because not everybody is financially the same. Not everybody might have been as blessed as you or as me. Everybody's different. that some people might have graduated and not with honors and not have had good grades, but that might have been because something else was going on at home. They might not have gone to college, and it may have been because they didn't want to or because they couldn't afford to. And there's 1,000,001 different reasons why somebody might not have found the love of their life yet, or gotten married, or had kids. Maybe that person you keep asking, when are you going to have babies, can't have babies. And that breaks their heart every single time that somebody asks. I just feel like people don't think about stuff like that. It's okay to feel overwhelmed and to feel like you're not where everybody else is, and to have anxiety and to have depression. It's okay to feel like you don't want to get up out of bed some days, because I know there are more days than not where I struggle hard to get up and get out of bed and go to work. I have to really push myself sometimes, and that's rough. It's really hard because I don't want to get up and make myself look presentable. I don't look presentable today. I have my hair in a high pony and it's all over the place, and I'm looking ratchet as crap. But you know what? That's okay, because not every day is going to be the best day. There's no way. There's no way that every day can be the best day ever, because then there would be no best days. I want people to understand that they are loved and that they're important and that every single person is needed. And we're all in different stages of life, and that's okay. Some people may not have anxiety, and some people may not relate to this whatsoever, but I know that it's a struggle, and I see you, and I want you to do well and to feel good, and I want myself to do well and to feel good. But I also understand that not every day is going to give me that feeling. But anyways, this was a little more heavy than I really anticipated it being. I only got about halfway done with my notes. It's kind of scattered. But I just wanted to try to bring a little bit of awareness. Anxiety and depression is real. You have to think about exactly what are you anxious about? Make a list and then dig deeper. And why are you anxious about those things? And is it really a big deal? And if all of those things center and circle around one thing, maybe the one thing that is branching out all of these different anxieties is something that you need to distance yourself from. Because if the one thing in your life is giving you worries and anxiety and making it hard for you to get out of bed every day, then it's not worth it. You have to do what's best for you. If you're not happy in your situation, then you're the only person on the planet who can change it. Now, it's not hard. It's not a bad thing to ask for help. It's hard. At least for me it is. It's not a bad thing to ask for help. It's not a bad thing to accept help when it's offered. It's okay to feel like shit about yourself. It's okay to feel like I don't want to get up and go to school, and I don't want to make dinner, and I don't want to clean the house. I want to sit and watch Netflix and binge watch my favorite show and eat crappy food, and then maybe tomorrow I feel better. It's okay. Obviously, we can't do that every single day of our life, but every once in a while, it's okay. Binge watch that show. Eat the shitty food. Allow yourself to have a little pity party, and then build your bridge and get over it. Because we have a life to live, and we have things to do, and we have goals, and we have wants and needs, and our partners have wants and needs, and our kids have wants and needs, and along with our jobs. And if you're like me and you're a type A kind of person and you're a people pleaser, then that's a hard thing for you to accept, is that it's okay to put yourself first sometimes. I know that feeling. I know how it is. I know how it goes. But it's okay. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to need help or to ask for help. It's okay to need medicine. That's something that is so looked down upon. I don't know why, but it is so looked down upon to go to therapy and to get medicine, because mental health in general is looked down upon. Just because you cannot see it doesn't mean that it's not there. Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are real, and your feelings are heard. And I just really hope that somebody takes what I've said today and takes it to heart and understands that it's okay. It is what it is. And I hope that somebody hears this and understands that they're just as important as the next person, and that they're just as needed and just as loved, and they're beautiful. Everything about that person is beautiful, because just because you might have anxiety and depression or some other mental illness, it doesn't make you any less worthy or important than another person who may not have those problems. And I just felt like I needed to talk about that today, because sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy or important as the next person. I actually did a thing today at work. So every month we have an employee of the month, and usually me or my boss, or both of us, we kind of pick the employee of the month based off of who, performs the best or whatever. And I decided that today I wanted to try something different. So I had each employee write down a name anonymously on a piece of paper of the coworker that they feel should get this. It cannot be themselves, and it couldn't be any, like me or my boss. It couldn't be us. And they had to write down an affirmation for that person. So something that's going to make them feel good. And whoever's name was in there the most would be the one who got employee of the month. And then everybody else got that, get to have their affirmations and everything as well. But that was a really cool thing to see, because people went into their separate little corners and they took a pen and this tiny little ripped up slip of paper and wrote a name on it and wrote something on it. And I read them all because I had to find out who had the most. And I was just in disbelief. Like, these people who sometimes they don't get along, we're a bunch of women, and it's only women in our facility. We don't have any men who work there whatsoever. And so we don't get along all the time, and we get tired of each other because we see each other all the time. But these people really came through, and they wrote things about each other and thanked each other for being a good friend in and outside of work. People who you didn't know they hung out outside of work. And, thank you for coming in and helping us when we needed it. And you've done a very good job, and you're patient and you're kind, and all the affirmations that somebody might need. And my goal in this was to make people understand and think about other people. Whoever they thought about might be having a horrible day, and getting those affirmations or being able to go back and look at those affirmations might turn their day around. It might make them realize and remember that they are worthy and that they are important. And I don't know. I just want everybody to feel like that. I want everyone to feel like they are important in some way or somehow, because God has a plan for all of us. And there's a reason that we are here, and there's a reason that we do what we do, and that we go on the paths that we go on, whether that be to learn a lesson or to end up at the happiest place of our lives, or whether it be to teach somebody else a lesson. That's the hard truth of it all, is that sometimes we're not here for us, if that makes sense. We're here for somebody else. But that's a whole nother video. But anyways, I just wanted to touch on that. I've been talking for way too long. But I really hope that you took something from this today. And I hope that everyone remembers that you are important. You are loved. You are worthy. And if you're having a bad day, I really hope that your day gets better, or your week, or your year, or your month, or whatever it may be. And I hope that you start to understand and see the worth and importance in yourself. I hope that you do well, and I hope that you have a great day.